I need to know that my water's safe, and I need to know it's there when I turn the tap on.
You actually don't think about it, but water is very important to the whole community.
Across Alberta, communities are getting water-wise. Their ongoing mission is to always have safe, clean, and affordable water. But there's a new challenge on the horizon: retirement. Operators with years of experience and expertise are leaving, but how do you attract and prepare new operators? That was the challenge that was met with some new and forward thinking in southern Alberta.
The water treatment plant in Hannah is different than many other communities in Alberta. We purchase our water through a Regional Water Commission. Many other towns, villages, and hamlets in this part of Alberta are served by this one plant.
The Henry Kruger Regional Water Treatment Plant serves over 5,700 people and has over 250 kilometers of pipeline. It's a big responsibility, but we have to make sure they have a dependable supply of potable water.
Operational succession is the practice of making sure critical positions are maintained and essential information is passed down to new employees before it's too late.
The reality is people quit, retire, or get sick. So there have to be people in place to make sure water treatment is consistent. That's why it's important to pay attention to succession. I started here in 1983. The operator before me stayed 6 weeks after I started and then basically left. With that, he took all the knowledge and experience with him out the door. I essentially had to start over from scratch.
I was with CN until they closed the rail line. And then I came over here, and I've been lucky enough to have a second career in water for the last 27 years.
A few years ago, I realized Gordy and I would be retiring soon. We needed a plan. I talked to the commission about finding somebody to replace us.
We tried hiring people from the city, but they don't tend to stay around.
They get trained here, use this as a stepping stone, and move on to larger centers. So I thought if we found somebody who was already local, somebody who'd already bought into the community, we might have less turnover.
I've lived in Hannah my whole life. I even had a butcher shop here for a few years.
Both my husband and I grew up in this area. It's a pretty tight-knit community.
We hired Brian and Rachel so they'd take over when we retire.
I was looking for something more stable. I started working with the town as utility operator, and I was already working in water, so when an opening came up at the treatment plant, I went after it.
I was working at the power plant, and I was looking for a part-time job, preferably in town, and I dropped off my resume and they hired me right away.
The region's been growing. We needed to start planning for the future. I thought perhaps maybe we should hire somebody local, somebody right out of high school. That's when we decided to hire Jenna and start training her.
I needed a job and I saw this one. It looked like a great opportunity to have a great career. I just graduated high school and I was born and raised here, so it worked out great for me.
I really like working in a small community. You really get to know each other, and everyone here has been really great.
There's just some things you can't learn from books. You have to learn from experience.
Gord and Garth are always around if I have any questions or need any help. It's like a safety net.
Thing about these guys taking over the plant, you know, I feel pretty good about it.
It's worked out pretty well for us too.
The regional treatment plant is vital to our town, and I trust in their ability to deliver safe water.
We need to ensure the correct people enter these careers because it takes years to master the work. These people are dedicated to serving their communities.
They're thinking about how they're going to keep the plant running after the senior guys retire. That sure helps me sleep at night.
I'm really happy I finally found this career. But for me, it's more than that. It's a future for me and my family.
With water, planning for the future is the name of the game because no matter what happens,
The work goes on.